Today we're going to talk about the Wyckoff cycle, how institutions can make money in down, up, or even better, flat and sideways markets, and how, if you know how to spot it, you can see it happening and you can follow on institutions' coattails. First of all, a disclaimer, it's on the screen right in front of you now. Take a moment to read it, and once you've had a chance to do that, we'll skip straight to our next video. IWM as an example. IWM, as you know, is the ETF, which is a proxy version of the Russell 2000 small cap index. Okay, this is a TrendSpider chart. And what you see before you is the weekly price movements in the candles. This chart spans from September 16 to the present time. You see regular volume by time period along the x-axis down here. And on the right-hand side, this is an indicator we use a lot. This is called volume by price. This is these dark blue bars. And what these do is show you that at any given price range, how many shares were traded in that price zone. And it's measured over the course of what you can see in this chart. So this dotted line here marks the start of the measurement of these volume bars. Okay, so what happened with the IWM? Well, starting around the end of 2016, as the election took place, the market started to move up, and running through to around the end of 2020, we believe IWM was accumulated by institutions. Now, what do we mean by accumulation? We mean slow, steady, high volume buying. And you can see that in these volume bars here. So this price range here, which corresponds to between around $130 on the low end and around $175 on the high end, you can see that there is a lot of volume traded in that range. Now again, this range, the volume measurement doesn't start until at the end of 16. So this isn't some previous historic time being bought here. This is right here what you see on the screen. You'll note that very little was bought in the COVID drop here. So institutions were clearly being cautious there. They didn't buy much, didn't need to, as it turns out. A little bit of buying there, but didn't buy much. As the IWM rose out through this buying zone, the accumulation zone as we call it, it moves into what within the Wyckoff cycle is called a markup cycle, markup stage. And what this means is that under low volume conditions, you can see volumes dropped off considerably. The stock makes a considerable move up in price. And you have to ask yourself, why would that be? It can't be institutional buying because we know volume is low, so it's probably retail buying. Someone has gotten wind that this is the next big thing, that big money's behind it, and the price breaks out of the zone and starts to move up quickly. And in the Wyckoff cycle, we call this the markup zone. Thanks, Chad. Why? Well, it's mostly Chad buying here. Now, we enjoy this markup here. The stock hits 209 or thereabouts. Remember, institutions look like they stopped buying in any bulk at around 173, and they started at around 131. So we're showing a nice uptick here. 50% on the upside. Maybe 20-25% on the downside, and it's happened quickly in just a few months. So institutions here will start to sell, distribute their holdings, and we call this, per the Wyckoff cycle, the distribution zone. So institutions between around January 21 and around January this year, 22, looks like they were selling the IWM. Again, the volume peaks. IWM's never been up here before, and so you can see that never been up here before in this range, and so you can see that these price bars here, the volume bars here, correspond to this particular time. So high volumes kicked in again. This must be institutional selling. You can guess who's buying. Chad buying again. And institutions are pretty much done by the time the stock gets to January 22, no doubt cognizant of an impending market correction. And as the stock plummets back down through this distribution zone, we get into the so-called markdown zone, which again is a low volume area. There's no institutional support for the stock here, and that's one of the reasons why the price falls so quickly. It's not a coincidence that if you look where the stock has found support so far, that's the June lows and the retest of the June lows this week, you can see it's right back in this so-called high volume zone here. And that's because there will be holders here that didn't sell up here. They have a price to defend, and you very, very often see when stocks fall back over a medium term down to these high volume nodes, you very often see buying kick in again to support the profitability of the holdings that were bought in this area previously. So that's the Wyckoff cycle in action. You can see this in many stocks once you start to look. And what we do in our subscription services that you can read about on our website, a link to which will be in comments after this video, is we use these accumulation, markup and distribution zones to spot times to buy, to accumulate a particular stock slowly over time. We spot it when it moves into the markup zone and we say, probably time just to sit back and let somebody else buy. When it moves into distribution, we start to call sell and say, probably time to take profits now. And in the markdown zone, again, we say, probably time to sit back and let the stock right itself once more. We use this a lot to good effect. If you'd like to learn more about all the services we offer, many of which are free, take a look at cestriancapitalresearch.com, and don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel, click alerts so you hear about it as soon as we post new material. Once again, thanks for watching our video and listening to our stuff, and we'll be with you again very soon.